Welcome to Simply Love Life, first episode, The Power of Love. This is my very first podcast. At the age of 30, I felt the right time to do so, slow things down, and talk about what really matters. In this space, we're going to explore love, life, love, and the experience that shapes who we become. Honestly, openly, and without pretending to have all the answers, I'm going to be just talking about my opinion, what I think about it. You can either agree with it or you don't agree with it. Obviously, you're more than welcome to have your own opinion and let me know what you think about it. So, each episode will start with a reflection of the power of love, followed by a moment of gratitude. And I'll be answering questions. So, the chat, because it's a little different stream than I usually do, I want to upload this to YouTube later to make it a podcast. So there won't be alerts. There won't be a lot of stuff like this if you're used to my live streams. I'll do a catch up stream and get back to all of that. This isn't about perfection, it's about connection. So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's talk about love and life. So, to put things in perspective, my name is Armando. For the people that don't know me, I'm 30 years old. Born and raised in the Netherlands, in Eindhoven, actually. So yeah, I come down to a point in my life where I realize other things are more important than you think. So my goal today is here to share my experience and how I feel about these things with you guys and maybe help you with if you're going through certain stuff, if you don't know what's going on. So, yeah, the first things I want to start about is the power of love. So you have this book which really helped me for the people that watching the stream. It's called The Power, Secret the Power, Rhonda Byrne. It's a really amazing book. It helped me through a lot. I'll just quickly read what it says for anyone that's interested. You're meant to have an amazing life. In this book, I want to show you the way to an amazing life. There's so much for you to know about life, and it's all good. In fact, it's beyond good. It's phenomenal. So definitely check out this book. It helped me a lot. So pretty much this book tells you about how powerful power is. I think a lot of people are like sleeping on or not realizing how strong power is. And by meaning that, it means like it goes way deeper than just love. When people think about love, they think about a relationship or maybe how you feel about your pet or about something else. But it's honestly, it's way more than that. It comes down to love, like the things you love to do. You know what I'm saying? So the things you love to do. So for example, if there was no love, to put it real black and white in perspective quickly, if there was no love, like at all, it would be a big graveyard. Like the world, because inventors wouldn't have invented anything, because that's the thing they love to do. So, for example, like Albert Einstein and stuff, if they didn't love to invent, love to do these things, the world would be slacking. To make it even more easier, to give you an explanation on this one, it is if your parents didn't love each other, you wouldn't have been born. So, all right. So I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on the day-to-day life. What does the day-to-day life mean? So when you ask people, or in general, my experience, like how they see life or what do they think of life, they are very depressed. And I'm not here to just push positivity on people, because you cannot. Sometimes people go through something happened, and you have to express your emotions or be able to handle them and get over it. So you cannot just say, hey man, just think positive. It's a little more complicated to that. We'll get to that in another episode or another time. So what I'm talking about is when you trying to make your day-to-day life a little better. It's, for me, life is right now, like in the present, right now, the moment you are in right now, whether it's morning, afternoon, night, evening, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's where you're at right now. How do you feel and what do you do to make you feel that way? So when you're going through day, you probably have your daily job you have to go to, or a routine you might like, maybe you don't like. So the point of that is how do you feel? So if you feel like a bad day, you wake up, you're like, dang, I gotta go to work. You feel bad, you don't want to do this stuff, you're negative, then there's something with your car, there's something with your bike. I just feel like it stacks up. So in this book, it actually tells you like the way you think also has an influence on how your day is going. And I truly believe that in a way. Like, I do not fully believe it, but definitely like how you feel. It's also very black and white on how you react to people is a reaction you get. So if you flick off someone, you probably get flicked off as well. If you hit someone, you'll probably get hit back. So if you give someone love, is what it's saying. If you're nice to someone, he will have a smile, or he or she will be nice to you back. So what I'm saying is, if a day you're going through your day, you're doing your things. So if you're not enjoying like 50% of your day, all right, and the other 50% is all right, then you had a decent day. But if you could try to flip it to have it 51% of your day, you're feeling good and you like it, and the other 49 is a little bit more, but then you had a good day. So what can you do to build up to enjoying life more, to experience life to its fullest, to feel better, and to enjoy these things more? So I'll just give you my example of things I do and which really got me to the point where I'm at right now. To be fair, I'm doing good. I have a girlfriend. We're almost gonna have our 4th anniversary, so it's already been 4 years, which is crazy. Time is flying by. That's also another thing. The older you get, because I feel like when you're younger, especially as a kid, like, you go through life way differently. You're having fun. Time goes like fast and not so fast. You're hanging out with your friends. You go to school. You see each other. You might go out on the weekends. It's like a different experience when you're younger. But since I've just hit the official unk age, 30, I don't feel that old though. I think I have never felt better than I'm doing now, and I still feel like I'm 19 or something. Anyway, that's not the point of this. So the point of this is, so the things you can do. So let me get straight into them for you now. So first things first, I started meditating, and I honestly think it is like, you should really try it, even though if you cannot do it, because in the modern society and the moment we're in right now, like with social media and stuff, if you want me to go deeper into that, I can, but I'll do it another time. So what does it mean? It means that our brains are not really getting the rest we need. You need the amount of sleep so your brain, it like kind of resets, you know what I mean? Like it, I'm not going too deep in the process, but it resets. So your brain needs rest. So a lot of people think that when you get home from work or school and you open your phone and you go doom scrolling for like half an hour, maybe even longer, you're not giving your brain rest. You're just giving your brain more and more and more triggers, and it's not relaxing. You just need to sit down and just don't do anything for like 5 minutes. I don't know, stare outside, look outside for a minute. I don't know, look at the air, look at the plants. So what happened to me is, when I started meditating, so I don't know how really this works, but for me, when I close my eyes, it used to be feeling like there's legit nothing there. It's blocked off. But since I start meditating, I feel like I'm able to see further into the darkness, if that makes sense. I don't know, it might be like a little bit wee stuff, but it's okay. So also, I notice when, for example, I wake up, first thing I do is meditate 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You just, when you go through your day, even like when I'm just driving on my scooter to work, I am really seeing details you won't usually see. So you see like more detailed trees, more detailed sky. I feel like you're being more aware of life. So yeah, that's one thing you could do is like meditation. And another thing where we're gonna start talking about now is also really underrated, and I feel like people are slacking on this part as well, which is gratitude. So for example, in general, people, especially in the Netherlands, we tend to complain a lot. Well, I stopped doing it, but obviously sometimes things suck. But so when I'm complaining and I'm around people and all I do is complain, 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 they will start complaining too, even though they didn't want to. So when you can stay positive or be nice to people and stuff, they will be nice to you, and you will have a better environment to live, work in, whatever. So that's what I also started doing. So if you start to express more gratitude, I tend to feel like you feel better as well. So meaning that when you be grateful that you can, because honestly, like, I don't understand, like a lot of times your body does like everything for you. All you have to do is feed it, you have to drink water, you have to eat, and you have to rest, sleep. It's the only three things you have to do. For the rest, your heart is pumping blood no matter what. Your lungs are breathing the air. Like your body is doing everything. It's working 24/7 to keep you alive. And I feel like you could even be grateful for that. You could be grateful for the fresh air. You could, and once you start to see that it's not so bad after all, you just tend to feel better. Now, another point that comes in as well is obviously a stuff that's a little bit more complicated, and I'm not going to talk about it right now. But you also have like religions, all the different religions. You have like Buddhism that does a lot of meditating. You have all these religions. You could try to do that too. They give people peace and rest. So whether it's not a battle about who is right and who is wrong. I tend to feel like a lot of people are always trying to figure out who is right and who is wrong. But I feel like that battle is not worth it. I also stopped saying I hate things, because hate is just, if I hate something, you might hate that I hate it, or you might just hate me for that. So if I say there's something I don't like, or I prefer the other, or I'm like pro peace, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's another thing you could try. There might really help you in life. So another thing that's really going on, especially with like politics and stuff, I do not really get involved in too much of that, because I feel like, especially with social media and news, and I'm not saying it's bad at all, and if you enjoy watching it, definitely go for it. But you should watch the things that you like and not focus too much on the battle of like, I feel like it's always left and right, or extreme right, extreme left. It's always just, no one can ever agree. And I think that's just such, because both parts, there's good things in everything. And well, for me, idealistically, the best world we could be in is if we could all be at peace, and as human beings comes together, like we're talking about, like the loving each other, and grow stronger from there. Like that would be amazing. So that would be mean there's no more crazies, no more murdering, no more all the bad stuff, no more of the bad stuff, and we all unite together and become stronger as an entire species. But unfortunately, there's also other things in this life which is really hard, which makes life a lot harder, and those are obviously money and power. And I think because of power, people tend to do things you don't really want to do. So for our next topic, we're going to talk a little bit about emotions and how you should act on them. So you should always you know, not get baited, especially like lately with the word rage baiting being used to a lot. Like, obviously, words have a lot of meaning to it, and you can really hurt someone like talking deeply into them and making them feel bad. Like, you could say things to really, really hurt them. I'm not talking about just swearing. Like, I'm talking about really deeply talking to them. For example, like gaslighting, um, lying, making them believe stuff. And what you should do is try to always think about how you react. So if someone is just rage baiting you, and if it's kind of like playful, then that's fine. But if someone is like really out there aggressive, just ignore them, walk away, go out of the situation. It is not worth, because what I said when we started this podcast, if you give him the energy he's looking for, he wants anger, he wants you to rage, he wants you to yell, so he can go to the next step. And before you know, you might have a fight or something like that. And you want to stay away from all of that. So what you want to do is these people that are going into their cars, going into their jobs, and you're slow driving for like 5 seconds and they start honking, or the traffic light just got green and they beep after 2 seconds. Like, don't flick them off. These people, they might be going through a tough time. You don't know what people are going through. That's another thing. A lot of times people tend to judge so much. For what? There's no point. You do not know what's going on with this person. Maybe they have to go to the hospital. Maybe they have an emergency. Maybe they are just having a bad day. But why would you want to be the one to make their day worse if you could be the one to make their day better? Like, these people clearly need some more love, and they need to calm down, and they need to chill. So, but yeah, don't get it conflicted with trying to be the hero. And, I'm just saying, like, give them the energy, not the same energy. So if someone gives you hate or anger, don't give him the same. Give him some, say like, don't even react. Just keep your normal voice. Be like, hey man, listen, if you want to talk, we can talk. But this is more like personal, like colleagues, family, someone raging at you. It's not the moment to talk to them. Just say, hey, okay, maybe apologize already if you feel like you did something wrong, and be like, hey, we'll talk about this later. Right now, I feel like this is not the moment to talk about it. And honestly, if you start doing this and you're able to control your emotions plus your anger, then they're going to be reacting shocked. Like, hey, wait, hold up. This guy really just tell me this? You might get some after raging, like, get your ass down here now, whatever. But it's fine. Just talk about it later. Come back to what happened. And yeah, that's basically it on that point. So to come back to recap, what we talked about quickly is we've talked about the power of love. So not just loving, but also like the things you love to do. Like, honestly, to come back to this and go into a little bit more detail, a lot of people tend to do stuff obviously for your loved ones, it's a little different. You do tend to do a little bit more things, but you should honestly do what you want to do, and not because someone else. If you are happy with your current physique or your body or the way you look like, then that's good. You do not have to change. Like, to me, it's just weird. Like, why can we not just wear what you want to wear? So, for example, if I like wearing a skirt, if I walk around with a skirt, I will be yelled at, you'll be judged, you'll be, all these things. But, you might genuinely feel more comfortable or enjoyable to walk it around. So I don't know. But our minds have been set to such standards as like boy and girl wise, that there is, if you do anything a little bit out of the book, then you're weird or strange. But that's not necessarily true. Like I said, you might legit feel more comfortable in that. And it's the same with other things. If you do things a little different, people tend to see you like completely different. And honestly, if you could ignore that, that is really good. But the problem is, they're usually will be a lot of conflicts, or you'll be confronted, with it a lot, which makes it really hard to do things. But honestly, you should not care. You should do you. If you feel good about it, then that's the way to go. That's legit the way to go. Like, you don't have to worry about it too much. So that was the first thing we talked about. Then the second thing was gratitude. So be more grateful for the things you have. Like, a lot of people don't. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm able to share my experience in life with you guys, and I'm even grateful for that I have this opportunity to tell you guys this. And maybe nobody listens to it, maybe some people do, maybe one guy listened to it, one girl, and they liked it. It's good enough. Like, for me, this feels right to make this right now, and it feels good. And it's a different approach. Like, usually I do gaming. I've been streaming for like 12, 13 years, maybe even. I've done dance streams and everything, and I know what it like takes to get really popular and what you have to do, but I just I didn't put the effort into it. So that's why I didn't get famous. But if that's something you want to do, you want to be a pro streamer, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm having a good time playing League. My friends can watch me, some other people come in, and I just have a good time. For me, it's more of a hobby. And obviously making your hobbies your job is really good, but then you have to put in the effort. Like, that's another thing we're going to talk about now, is the power. If you really truly want something, did you ever get it? So for example, you were a kid and you really wanted this. You were going to do everything in your power at that moment as a little kid to get that money. You were going to do chores. You were going to maybe ring on doorbells in the neighborhood, be like, hey man, can I do some little test for you for a little money? And he's like, yeah, pick up the weeds or something. And you did it. And you were grinding your way to getting what you want. So I feel like you can do that with anything. Like, our minds are so powerful. I don't think we're even at the point yet where we can actually figure out what the power of our mind is. So you have like Wim Hof, which is a really famous Dutch guy, like the Iceman. He likes to go to these points, like he takes these extreme ice baths. He swam like in the Arctic seas and stuff. And it's all connected with breathing, meditation. So breathing, meditation is kind of similar. Your mind, relaxing your mind, and how strong it will be. So that's the gratitude part. So you can be thankful and more grateful. You should try this in life. You could even, just thank somebody that make your life better or something, like, because a lot of people also forget that your parents, okay, there might have been really tough times, and I get that it's different, and some things are maybe unforgettable that what happened, but there is no point on holding grudges onto it, because the only one that is having an issue, this person that did something to you, he might not realize the damage he's done. Or so the best thing you could do is talk about it. But if you're not incapable of doing that, then just try to, well, you don't really have to forgive like anything that happened. If something really bad happens, it's hard to forgive, but you can at least try to like forget, and you can still go around these people, because you have like these families that don't see each other for 30 years. And I mean, if something major happened, then fair enough, okay, you really just, it's over, I can see. But sometimes it's like the smallest thing, or this person thought you did that, this person said this. It's like a whole mixed angle things with family, and you decide not to see your mother for 30 years, and then she passes, and then you regret it, and then it's just not worth it. Like, just go visit them, go see how they're doing. Don't talk about that stuff. I don't know, just drink a cup of tea, be there in the moment with them, and then you're out. And I think that's a wonderful thing. We have the ability to do this and have and experience a good time with them. So for the last part, because I was planning to do this like a 30-minute podcast, and I'll see from there. It will be uploaded to YouTube. The stream will be lively uploaded as well. But yeah, so I was aiming around 30 minutes, so there we have like 5 minutes left. So what we're gonna do is, the last thing is, you could be a lot happier than you think you are if you just focus on, that's the other thing, the last thing we talked about, is just doing you. So do the things that make you happy. If you want to play this sport, then play this sport and do it. If the person you wanted to do it with don't want to do it, that's okay. And it's the same thing. A lot of people tend to be so upset that this friend they have or this family member. So you, for example, you're throwing a party and you invite everyone, and the person you really like the most or one of your favorites, he's not coming, or she is giving you a weird vibe or whatever. Just ignore that completely. I know for a second you might, that's a bummer. You know what? Don't matter. The other people are coming. Like, be more respectful and helpful and grateful for the people that are coming to your party. They care about you. They are there for you. Like, don't neglect the people that are there for you because you feel like this guy is cooler, this guy has a cooler car, this guy has a cooler job, this guy has a cooler watch. Or if you really like his personality better, then well, okay, then too bad he's not coming. But don't let it ruin your party. Like, a lot of times you hear this, people are being like, hey, I want to invite this person, but I can't invite this person because they got beef. And you have all these entangled situations. Like, man, they are there for you. You shouldn't be having to worry about that. It's your birthday. You're the one that's supposed to feel good and chill. The people are there for you. We're celebrating you. So it's just a sad thing that life goes like that and people cannot get over things. And even though if you have someone you had a fight with, or you really cannot see like bad history, okay, well, don't go near this person. Be there for that person. Maybe drop by just a little bit. Maybe if it's really that bad, like some really bad happened, okay, just go to the door, say, hey man, congratulations, say hi to the friend, give the present, go in, or just go right after. Just showing up means the world to them a lot of times. Like, just being there. Even though I've had like parties where people just showed up and they were kind of sick. They just legit showed up for like half an hour and they went home. And that's just cool. And I feel like people tend to forget, like, your parents are the ones that spent so much money on you. I mean, I know they made you, so, but I don't think people realize like how much they actually spend on you. Like, your rooms, the moment you were a baby, feeding you, almost feeding you for your entire life. You live there, taking care of you, putting everything aside for you, doing every single thing they can to make sure you're doing okay and feeding you. It's just, I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think a lot of people, they tend to fall for the downside, which is, we'll probably be talking about this in the next episode. So if anyone's interested, I'll see the feedback in the comments to see what we're going to talk about in the next episode. But I was probably going to talk about also all the addictions in the world, how I've struggled, how other people struggle, and also give tips and tricks how to get rid of them, what worked for me, what I've done. So if you guys are interested in hearing that, please leave a comment on what you want me to talk about next, if you even want to see a second episode. And yeah, make sure to like the video. So this was a really short episode. I'll be back just streaming regularly, probably tonight. My league stream, catch up on all the alerts, because the alerts were off. I didn't see the follows, subscriptions, anything that happened. That's okay. So what I want to tell y'all is, stay blessed, stay focused, and try to give a little bit more gratitude and see if you can enjoy life a little bit better, and hopefully to see you in the next one. All right, guys, peace out.